I try to treat them as and I know it's hard to think, but first I try to treat this group as a product. Okay, so think about, okay, what do they need? Okay, and I like to mostly try in a mentor, and it's challenging as a lot of the time, that you need to understand, you know what you want for the product, and you need to stand aside, like let them grow, let them make the mistakes, as long as it's okay and manageable. So when I get a new product manager, so usually I start by letting them, and again, if it's good product manager, they need to be able to do that, do their onboarding. So kind of give them some guide, but I don't arrange for them the meetings or something. If they're product manager, they should be able to arrange all the onboarding meetings for themselves. I do give them, explanation of the company and who they need to meet, like, because they don't know. But I let them define their onboarding process after they get to know. So that's the first step. Then I try to focus mostly on giving them and building them with their own program, both to learn the product and to understand where they are missing things that they need to learn. So mostly, like, my one-on-one meetings are usually a more kind of mentoring kind of one-on-one, less like, okay, what did you do this week and where's the status? And I try, like, I always ask myself, and that's just for product managers I manage, but also for if it's UX people or design or engineers. And where to put, the hardest question for a manager is, where do I put my veto? Okay, where do I step over and say this is not right? And the way I try to ask it is not, is this how I would approach it, or this is how I would solve it? But I ask myself, if what they've done is a viable solution, okay? Is that, like, is good? Is the process they were thinking is good? Is their decision is good? Not, is that the decision I would have made? And if it's good, even though I would probably have done different, then I step aside. Okay, I may ask, like, did you think of that direction, and let them think if they want to go there. But mostly, I think, I try to empower them and don't always look like, and that actually happened a lot of me, like, look, as a product manager, they come and complain, for example, about this engineer that was very rude to them, or didn't manage to work. And I always try to give them back to, even if the engineer was really, and some of the engineers, like, really problematic to handle. So a lot of time they come with kind of a right approach that, yeah, he was the wrong, but it's your job to fix that. I'm trying to see from the interaction. I can't fix, not all the time I can't fix the other side, but okay, where can you improve on that? Because in a way, and that's the difference, and from other, you can be, as an engineer, or or even a designer, or you can be very good in what you do, and I don't like to work in company that tolerate that, but you can be an asshole, okay, and still be recruited and do your job. Okay, I prefer company that don't let these assholes stay around, but that's the reality. As a product manager, you can't. And that's the big difference. You're an enabler. You need to get people to do the work. You need to help them and push them. So you don't have that luxury. Okay, that's why as an engineer, you can work from your ego, even if it's not the best way. As a product manager, you can't. So that's what I'm trying to look. If they work from the ego, that's the first thing I need to try and help them fix.